Snizzity Snap, baby. We're back. And this is this week's version of Motivate with EY, episode, I think we're on 18, something like that. So, what I've been, I've had a lot of topics run through my head recently. Not just topics, these are just things that I think about, conversations that I've had with people, or maybe things I've seen in media, social media, whatever it is. And so I come up with different things all the time. And sometimes it's kind of hard to narrow it down, what do I want to talk to. But this week, as I said, I've been having lots of conversations with people lately. So that's exactly what I want to talk about. Having conversations. And the reason why I want to talk about this, a few different reasons. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on that if you're paying attention to anything, in media, social media, just our culture in general, people are not having real conversations. We're kind of getting upset at things and looking at sound bites or tweets or just small portions of things and making cast judgments on people. And sometimes even people that we've known for long periods of time, people that are our friends or family members. And right away, we're kind of casting them off as a terrible person because we have a difference of opinion. And I don't know what that is. I'm not going to try to figure it all out. I think we're going to, as a culture, we'll course correct at some point. I've given my opinions on what the roles that social media and the internet plays in it. And I've always said it's kind of like this new toy we don't really know how to play with yet, especially for, I think, kind of my generation as a Generation X person, person and younger. We don't really know kind of how to handle it, so we're figuring it all out. But in the meantime, what I have found is, I think if you just have these conversations with people, and it's good, it takes, granted, it takes both people, because if only one side does it, it doesn't work. But if both people can step away for just a second from their own personal, belief system, and I'm not saying the core beliefs of who you are as a human being, but what I mean is we all kind of have thoughts and ideas about what we think about different topics and just how to live in general. But, throughout life, we've all kind of changed our minds on things. And it could be something as simple as the kind of food we eat, to the kind of things we enjoy, movies we enjoy watching, music that we like. I mean, we all change our minds kind of throughout the course of our lives, right? And it's okay to change your mind. Sometimes our tastes change. I know, like, my taste buds have changed with different foods. As I got older, I started liking a bigger variety of foods. So it's okay to make changes. And as we do this, I think we forget that we change, we grow, just this natural evolution of being a human being. And to sum up who somebody is just right here, right now at this moment, and say, well, they're a bad person, they're against me. I don't necessarily think that's the right way to go. And I think if we have open dialogue, conversations, I had a great conversation today. I've had great conversations over the past couple months, throughout life, but past couple months in general, especially when I realized it could be a customer of mine, it could be someone who I work with as like a business partner, or works with another company, and I go visit them, or they come visit me at my office, or we meet for lunch, or whatever it is, and we get to talking. It starts off as, hey, how do you like your job? What do you guys do? And normal work stuff, and then it kind of transitions into regular life stuff. Oh, what about your family? Where'd you grow up? And all these things. And then you start talking about just topics, right? It could be topics, something you heard on the news. It could be something you heard on another podcast, whatever it is. And then you just kind of start rolling through this conversation. Next thing you know, it's been an hour. And it makes you know it's been 2 hours, 2.5, whatever it may be. And as I've been having these conversations, at the end of them, I always feel really, really good. I'm like, wow, what a great, it's almost like a cleansing. It's like I'm gonna say like a relief. It's a sort of relief, I guess. But I guess I feel really good about the interaction that I've had, And a lot of times we disagree on maybe different topics. Maybe we disagree on minor points. Maybe we disagree across the board on something. Um, but at the end of it, we still respect each other. We still like each other. We still enjoy each other's company, and we want to do it again. Hey, let's meet up again for coffee. Hey, let's do this. And we shouldn't wait so long next time to talk. And that's such a great feeling to walk away from these conversations. I feel like I get a lot out of it. I grow as a person. My mind's opened up a little bit or a lot. And it's I think both parties, both of us kind of walk away thinking that was a great conversation. I got to learn more about this person. I got to learn more about myself. And maybe some of the ideas that I have are not the best way to look at things. Maybe I am more open-minded than I thought on these specific topics. Maybe I should be more open-minded on other topics. Wow, who knows? And these are kind of growing moments for us. And look, I've never on this podcast I've always said that I'm not a professional, and I never claim to be perfect. I'm definitely not. But I think just being conscious of who you are, where you're going, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, all these things, well, if you're conscious of them and you have kind of a game plan for them, and as you're moving through all the obstacles of life, and then maybe you hit a boundary and then you go off into another direction, or you change your mind about something and you go over here, whatever it is, if you're on this journey and you're intentionally trying to live and intentionally trying to enjoy life and all the different aspects of it, and in turn also make yourself a better human being, I always view that should be a good thing. If your intentions are pure and they're good, and you want to be part of a community, and it could be a small community of friends, a large community, maybe where you live. I live here in Las Vegas. I've said many times, in Las Vegas, we do a lot of great things here in our community. They have a huge toy drive they do every year that one of the radio stations does, and other organizations I'm sure do. There's a lot of great things that Las Vegas does for our community. So maybe that's that community, or whatever it is. Maybe you have your own podcast. Maybe you have a chat group. You belong to a church group, something. That interaction that I talked about it today with a friend of mine. We get something out of giving, out of contributing, out of helping other people. We don't always think that we do, because sometimes at the beginning it feels like work. I have to go out of my way to do this thing. I have to make something for this bake sale, or bring something, contribute something to this party, whatever it is. But when we do it, it's like I can't imagine that any of us ever really regret it. I think we always feel good. We see how much it makes others happy, how much it shows that we care about these people within this community that we have, and it makes us feel better. And that's kind of a side effect, of doing things for other people, and we get to feel good. And then in turn, that kind of helps you the next time say, yeah, last time that felt really good. And sure, you might do it a little bit for selfish reasons, but you also get the pleasure of seeing how it affects other people in a positive way. And I truly believe that we're going to start heading more that direction. Like I said earlier, I think we'll course correct with some of the negativity that's going on, that will course correct to turning it into more positive behaviors, positive outcomes, positive mindset to say, this is the direction I want to go, and this is how I want to live the rest of my life. No longer, kind of going the other way. So the message this week really is, have these conversations, and not text message, not email and things like that. Sure, if you want, I send a lot of text messages or instant messages to people for different things. Hey, thanks for this. Hey, thanks for that. Hey, it was great seeing you. We got to catch up again soon. Or, sometimes, or just, hey, just want to make sure you're all good. I was thinking about you. Want to make sure things are going well. Please, let me know if there's anything I can do to help with whatever. You can do those things, but I think it's very important that we make time, not just wait till we have the time, because none of us, it feels like we never have time. If we just wait for the time, we're not ever just kind of sit around twiddling our thumbs like, what do I do today? Our days are pretty full. So we make the time. We block out an hour, 2 hours, whatever, or call a friend. Let's go to lunch. Let's meet up for coffee, and let's get together and let's catch up. That's all you can. That's all you have to say. Let's catch up. And you sit and you start talking about things. How's everything going? And as things go, and even if you kind of come up on a topic that normally you would stay away from, a lot of people don't like talking about, politics, religion, obviously are the main ones, especially with things going on nowadays. But I say, be open to it. You can disagree as long as you're not trying to hurt the other person. You're not putting down the other person or trying to make them feel stupid for what they think or what they believe. Sometimes just talking things out. This is what I think. And the other person can say, well, this is how I feel about the topic, or this is what I think about that situation. And you talk things out and you get different perspectives. Different perspectives are good. I don't know why we've got to this place of I only want to hear exactly what I think. Well, then you don't need to hear anything. I mean, right? If you only want to hear what you think, you already know what you think. So why do you want reinforcement from other people to make yourself feel better? Well, that's an ego. I talked about this, I think last week or a couple weeks ago. If you just want to feed your ego, there's plenty of ways to do that. I don't think it's always healthy, but different ideas, different perspectives, all points of view. We start weeding out the people who just want to be jerks, who want to be assholes to you, and just want to try to enforce their ideas only and never want to listen in return. Then you stop having those conversations with those people. But be open to conversations with people who want to have conversations. And I think you'll find it's actually a very pleasant, if not wonderful experience. Every time I do this, I have a great experience. Sure, I run across people that only want to just word vomit all over me their ideas, and that's it. And they don't want to listen to anything I have to say. And that's okay. I'll do that once with them, and then I'm done. I know I don't engage with this conversation with these people, with this person or that person, because I already know the road goes down. And maybe sure, down the road, I'll give them another chance and we'll see how it goes. But for the most part, I'll stay away from it. But it doesn't mean that's going to keep me from opening conversations with other people, other potential people who may have something to offer me, may have great words of wisdom or teach me something I didn't know, or even sometimes just hearing stories, just funny stories, silly stories, or interesting stories, or even scary stories. Hey, this is how I dodged a bullet one time, figuratively, or maybe even literally. But these conversations, I think we're as human beings, we're supposed to have. We've gotten so much into social media, and I love social media. I use it for a lot of different things. As far as I love connecting with people all around the world, hearing from different people everywhere, and seeing different stories and pictures and things. I love all that stuff. I'm not saying it's bad, but it doesn't mean we should lose the personal connection that we have to human beings. That we should lose face-to-face interaction, because that's what it's all about. Look, I do sales for a living. That's everything. When I go out and I meet a client in person versus over the phone, my chances of gaining them as a customer go up exponentially, because I feel like I develop a good rapport with them. They trust me. They like me. I answer all their questions. I look them right in the eye and I say, hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to show you exactly how we can help you, exactly how we can make your life less stressful and make this a nice, smooth transition. And they can see my face when I'm doing it, and they know that I'm sincere. They know it, they believe it, and they feel it. And that customer's mine after that. So I think if we do that more in our personal lives, in our everyday interaction, it gives us something that we're lacking right now if you don't do it. If you're already someone who's out there who does this all the time, good for you. That's awesome. And you should be helping your friends and other people around you, your own little community around you, be more like that. Spread the word. Hey man, call me. Hey, let's meet up. Hey, how come next time you invite me somewhere? I got you this time. I'll buy lunch. Next time you call me, and if it's over a month, I'm gonna hit you up and I'm gonna say, what's up, man? Why are you leaving me hanging? You know, sometimes we have to wake people up that way, our own friends, our own family. And I don't think anybody will regret it. I think everybody will get something amazing out of it and want to do it more often. Um, that's it. That's what I got. Nothing. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all life all figured out. But I think the more personal interactions we have with each other, the more positive and nurturing and listening and cultivating and growing. Sounds like we're growing a farm here or something. But the more we do these things and interact with one another in a positive way and listen and try to learn more about each other as a whole, we will become better human beings. I think it's just natural that we will. And whether that's your goal to be a better human being and that's why you're doing it, or you're doing it because it's fun, or you're doing it because you love people and that's what you want in your life, these are all great reasons. They're all good reasons. And I'm working at being better myself. I'm working on talking to people more, setting aside more time and listening a little bit better, and not always thinking my way is the only way or the right way or the best way. And many times it's not. And many times it's not even about whether it's the right or the best way. Sometimes it's just about learning about other people, learning about how other people think and what their point of view is. And it doesn't mean it has to change your mind. It doesn't mean it has to enlighten you in some crazy way. It just means sometimes you listen, you take it in, you digest it, you mull it around in your head, and you can keep mulling around in your head for years and years, and all of a sudden one day it just clicks with you. And you go, you know what? I think there's a lot of validity to what they said to me. And now I can really, really see it because this situation happened finally, and now it makes more sense. And you know what? They were ahead of their time. I didn't see it. That's a good thing. I promise it's a good thing. And, as hippy dippy as it may sound, I think there's something to the human connection. I've talked about this before as well. And just getting that warmth from a good person when you're talking to them and you feel how sincere they are about the conversation itself and how they feel about you and how much they care about you. There's something magical to that. I don't know what it is. I'm sure scientists can explain it with the chemicals in our brain, the serotonin and all those types of things. But whatever it is, it's awesome. It works. And it makes me feel good. I know it makes other people feel good. And so that's the message. Have some conversations. Call people up. Or even you can send them a text as well. Send them a text. Hey, next week, we're going to lunch. You pick the day. You pick the place. And I'm buying. And I can't wait to sit down and talk with you. And there's always going to be little things that come up like, oh, maybe I should cancel because of this. And sometimes it's like we look for an excuse. It's almost like we're almost afraid to sit down with this person and talk with them. And so we start thinking the moment one little thing comes up, I'm going to text them, I can't make it. No. Don't let anything get in the way. Don't let it get in the way. You got to treat it like this is an appointment with a doctor that's really hard to get an appointment with. And you have to go see this doctor or you're going to die. That's how you have to treat it. Because otherwise, if you give yourself an out, you'll take the out. Because if this is not part of your everyday or your normal consistent regimen, you'll look for a way out. I don't know why we do that, but I know we do it. So don't do it. Make it absolutely necessity. Make it as important as seeing a life-saving doctor that has a 3-month wait. And you've got to make that appointment. That's how you got to treat it. So sending everybody out there, hugs and kisses, positive wishes, everything across the board. Make time for the people you love. Have these conversations. Make them good. Make them fun. I would say make them fun, but just talk. Just talk, and you'll get something so amazing out of it. And I promise you, you will enjoy it with the people who want the same thing in return. And for the people that just want to, put negative thoughts out there and only talk about themselves, hey, you'll weed through those people too. But most of the time, it's going to be good. It's going to be positive. It'll be amazing. So get out there and do it. That's the message. Thank you for listening. This is Motivate with EY. Have a great week, and we'll see you guys next week. And have a great night.